This is Robert Marglacci, the Mindshare Learning Report, and happy Monday. We are thrilled to have for Mindshare Learning Moment on MindShareTV Back to School podcast, Dean Vendramin, who is a high school teacher at Archbishop O'Neill in Regina Catholic School Board, winner of Canada Schools of the Future Challenge, multi-winner, I should say. Thank you for joining me this afternoon,
Yeah,
Dean.
well, happy Monday to you as well. And here in Saskatchewan, it's still morning. It's 11:20 over here. But
There you go.
yeah, no, it's thank you for having me on again. Very humbled and grateful to be here.
Well, back to school, a different time. We've been through a lot in the last couple of years, and it's been challenging on mindsets of both educators, students, families. What's it like so far? Give us a sense of, are you back to a sense of normalcy in the classroom? What was the first week like?
Yeah, definitely. It's been, like I said, kind of back to normal. The energy is really high. You got kids getting involved in extracurricular right off the bat, and there's just a new energy, and we're able to do some of the things that we weren't able to do for the last couple of years with getting kids together in groups and, having just, yeah, I love the energy I feed off of that. So it's really nice to have that, back in business for sure.
Fantastic. Well, it's not your first rodeo. You've been at this over 25 years, and you're still passionate and excited. I love your growth mindset. I follow you on Twitter. I'm going to add your stream here. Talk to me about who inspired you. You got the Chorus brothers who hail from Saskatchewan. You got Dean Sharetsky, another legend in education. I like to say in Canadian education, who are real thought leaders, authors. Talk to me about the growth mindset and what's kept you excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go back to thank my parents for raising me and they kind of helped me be courage. They always encouraged me to go for it and that type of thing. So I've been really lucky and blessed. Just even when I was young, I was just curious and wanted to learn more. And even when I was in elementary school, I wanted to be a teacher because I enjoyed helping people out. But I also found out that I learned so much along the way. So, throughout my whole career, it's a journey, not a destination. There's always new things to learn and figure out and be relevant. I don't think we can teach kids the same way as that when I went to school. For sure, we have to prepare students for their future, not for the past that's already happened. Don't get me wrong. There's some really good things that happened in the past, and there's
Hmm.
some best practice, but there's always room to get better and learn new things.
I love the notion of the thinking classroom. It seems to me that you really challenge your students in problem solving abilities and nurturing those life skills or essential skills, if you will.
Yeah. The thinking classroom is something that I've been doing for the last year and a bit, and it's based on the work of Peter Liljedahl. He's based out of Simon Fraser University. Highly encourage people to look him up. And basically, what you're doing is you're getting kids to work together. You're getting them on their seats. They're working on whiteboards. They're doing random tasks. And they're figuring things out and they're helping each other learn, and it's just a really great atmosphere in there where their mistakes are encouraged, and it's just there's a lot more interactivity and kids are encouraged to think rather than just kind of sit down and here's your worksheet. um, I'd highly encourage people to take a peek at that, and if they want to learn more, I've got a podcast I can share, and there's so many good resources out there. But it might actually keep me teaching for even more years because I'm excited. I was able to go to an elementary school and see what they're doing there. And I want these kids that are using this already, because the conversations and kids being active is just mind blowing. I'm very inspired by it.
Well, fantastic. And speaking of which, you're immersed in Minecraft as well and coding and your video submission of your students. And I often talk about the video submission that won you a national contest prize. And we'll talk about the pricing in a moment. But, you know, your students teamed up, transformed a combustion engine go kart into electric and competing against other schools. Talk to me about that journey.
Well, last year for the first time, we offered robotics at our school. It's been done by another teacher in our division, and Saskatchewan has a robust robotics curriculum. But I'm always looking for new ideas and new things, and that robotics class definitely lends itself to it. Like you said, we're doing a lot of coding and that, but there's a competition out there to convert a gas-powered go-kart into an EV go-kart, and it fit really well with the robotics class because there's a lot of wiring, and that we actually had a former student who's an engineer come back and help that, and we were able to also go to a local auto body and mechanic shop, and we had an expert there that showed the kids the ropes. So the kids were like doing the fabrication, they were grinding things, making like a housing unit for the battery, and then they came here and they did all the wiring, and the engineer was right in there and showing how that worked. And then the icing on the cake was that the kids actually got to compete against other students and drive the go-kart, and it was just a blast to see that. And I hope that we'll be a part of that more, because that was just like the rubber was hitting the road, literally and figuratively, and it was a great project, and it was awesome to be able to share that, and also awesome to be recognized for it too, which we're really grateful for.
Yeah, and there's a glimpse of. I was trying to show a glimpse of the contest video that I might be able to pull up in a moment. But talk to me about the students and the impact on them.
Well, that was a really cool thing too. Like I said, kind of started with our robotics class, but it actually kind of worked into almost being like an extracurricular. And we had a lot of different types of students, like some students like cars, and some students like robotics and that. And they all kind of came together to really produce something that was fantastic. And the skills that they learned were far beyond something that a traditional way of teaching or doing things would do that. And the thing is too, I think even one of the students, he was able to
so many valuable skills.
Talk to the people that worked at the auto body shop and maybe even get a job, because of all the skills that they were learning. So it was just a fantastic experience, and it was really we'll do it again for sure.
To be able to
What's it like to see the video and
get an electric engine?
It just warms my heart. Like I said, all these kids
we were fortunate to
pitched in and made it happen, and
we also happened to be
all the skills and the laughs, and we're really lucky to connect with the community. Like there's our engineer, the guy in the white shirt on that one there, and
such as wiring,
the guy from Ben and Dunlop, or the car place in town,
and so much more.
How freely they gave of their talent and skills, and the community building that was involved as well was really cool.
Student engagement.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant. I mean, that work integrated learning,
a lot of trial and error, which the students
and experiential learning really.
How difficult,
that's life
but
changing.
How rewarding doing something like this is.
Definitely. There's only so much you can get out of a worksheet, but when you make something like this and you get to experience it and drive it and do the whole thing and be part of it from the ground level, the kids have way more ownership and way more engagement than you'd ever have. And the skills, the soft skills, the hard skills, all the skills that are part of it are definitely life-changing.
How long did this project take?
It took a long time, and there's also there's some supply chain issues with some of the materials getting here and that, because we started like almost like it may have been October of last year, kind of talking to us and all that, and then by the time we got some of the materials,
Archbishop
and all that,
MC O'Neill Catholic
High School, really took off.
Innovation
mostly in April, May, June.
Our project
and we raced in June, but it took almost a whole year to kind of get everything to go together and put it all together.
And the nice thing about it was like you used the Sustainable Development Goals as part of that, which was quite brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. We do. I try to promote the UN sustainability goals all the time, and we've done it for a lot of Minecraft projects. So it's really nice to take it to something that was real life and have students think about that, because It's definitely their future. And I think you and I were talking once before
were
about,
lucky enough
you know,
to be
like
partnered
maybe
with a
you were at the
local
Grand
auto
Prix,
body shop.
but that's the
Yes.
way
Who
of the
took us
future,
under their
right?
wing
Like you can see a
and
lot
with
of things.
expert
So,
advice
and a lot of car
and help,
companies
students
are
had access
going
to
electric.
technology and
So
were
why
able
not these
to
students be the
fabricate
leaders in that
and
field,
fix the
and
go-kart
lots of job
and
opportunities
create
and
a
career
housing
opportunities for them
unit
down the road, I think.
for the motor
Well, it's
and
not
electric
unlike
engines.
you know, the whole notion of cybersecurity and data privacy, right? And you know, kids actually
Students were
problem
so
solving
engaged in
real
this
world
project and learned so many valuable skills.
experiences within school. It prepares them for the next level and plants a seed, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, I guess the growth mindset
The next part of our
growing
journey,
too,
which
and
really involved a lot of the robotics
yeah,
that
like I
we were
said, the
studying,
variety of kids that it
was
engaged
to be able to figure
was
out
one
how
of
to wire
the
and
things
get
that
our electric
still
engine
warm my
working.
heart right now, because I had some students that might not always you know, be motivated by a traditional way the classroom is, but in this they were there on time, they were doing that, they were asking questions, they were getting their hands on, and that to me is like that was just amazing experience and great learning going on.
And so, what's in store for this coming year when it?
Well, again, I try to keep again having a growth mindset and trying to keep things open. We'll see, but definitely like to do that project again and build upon it and start that. I'm really excited about having our esports program here at O'Neill grow. We've been doing it for a few years, so still like to get some competitions against some other schools locally. But we also are part of Esports Canada, and I will continue to do
Fantastic.
that. And then, yeah, just you know, in the classroom, keep doing the thinking classroom. We got robotics going again. Lots to be excited about and engaged for everybody. So yeah, actually today we were just talking about maybe in our gym finally getting our get it in there so we could do some live streams of the basketball games and volleyball games and all that too. So there's always more to learn and figure out, and that's such a
Awesome.
joy and a blessing.
And we had a number of sponsors for the Schools of the Future Challenge, and you've got some of your prizing that came in. Maybe you can just give us a
Yeah, we
little
got some
glimpse
of the
of
Chromebooks came in that we were getting here
that was
too.
courtesy of Nelson, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
Thank you.
front row portable audio system came in. The microbits came in that we use a lot. Actually, I enjoy using microbits quite a bit. We've done that, especially in robotics. We've done it a few times, but in math, I've done some rock, paper, scissors tournaments using the coding of that. It's been
Very
great.
cool.
So yeah, we're really, and we're some of the stuff that we won before, we're still using. I don't know, in the back corner there, we still get a lot of use out of the Dremel 3D printer
Oh,
that we
fantastic.
won back in the day. We put a lot of miles on that. So, and a lot of kids
Fantastic.
actually during the pandemic, some of the technology that we won, like the laptops, helped out
Right.
tremendously with that with the digital divide. So thank you again. Very
Brilliant. What advice, pleasure, what advice do you offer to teachers about getting engaged in Twitter and some of the communities and networks and the platforms that you're part of?
Well, with the communities there too, I just, you know, you maybe start small, just make a Twitter account and just kind of
Yeah.
lurk. Go in there. There's a lot of cool people to follow. Start with one. Maybe you don't want to post quite yet, and that's okay. But just
Right.
read and figure out and kind of find, you know, your comfort zone, and then get into that. I know one thing that's really been great for me, and I know that most provinces have. I know Saskatchewan has one. I just saw one with BC. There's a Sask Ed Chat that's every Thursday, and you come with a community of people, and you know, you tweet some questions out there, and then you respond to them,
Fantastic.
and then you go down the rabbit hole and you talk to people and you make great connections. So I'd start small and work your way in, follow a
Yeah.
good few people, and go from there.
Well, fantastic advice, Dean. I'm going to let you get back to class shortly here. So,
Well, thank you.
best of luck with your fall semester.
Well, thanks for having us, and thank you, everybody. And yeah, if you want to reach out to me and chat, I'm more than happy to. There's my Twitter handle at Vendy55, and thanks again for having me on.
My pleasure. That was Dean Vendramin, the Schools of the Future Challenge winning high school teacher at Archbishop O'Neill in Regina, Saskatchewan. My name is Robert Mardlanchi, the Mindshare Learning Report. Be sure to check out www.mindshare learning to get your latest issue. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.